go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
And now, introducing our Masters of Ceremony, Mike Castano and Bess Hughes. Woo!
Wow, how now, wow, how now, wow.
We are so excited to be here. The format of tonight looks a little differently. People are live streaming from at home. You're safely socially distant, but we want the same excitement, the same energy. So we're gonna do a little call and response. When we say, here we go, you're gonna say, yo, let's practice once. Here we go. Here we go. You guys got it. Let's be listening. So what's the scenario?
Good evening and welcome everyone to the 12th annual Project Hope Strut for a Cure fashion show. I'm Helena Bird and this is Jess Trainer, and we are the faculty advisors for Project Hope. Nothing makes me happier than being able to welcome you all here. Project Hope last year was the last normal event before the pandemic hit, so I really can't express my gratitude for having this night tonight, and I'm so excited for everything to unfold. This is a night about community, and we are so happy to have you help us stand in the fight against cancer. More likely than not, we all know someone who has been touched by this disease and know firsthand the impact it can have on individuals, families, and beyond. Our dedicated students have been working tirelessly to put on this event, and we are so proud of their selflessness. It is truly incredible to see what can be accomplished with a little bit of teamwork.
Over the last 12 years, Project Hope has successfully raised over $135,000. A portion of this money is donated every year to various nonprofit cancer organizations, such as the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. But so much more closely related to all of our hearts, a good portion of the funds are donated right back into our very own Timberlane School District. The Angel Fund aims to anonymously support Timberlane families who are suffering from any form of cancer. It is our mission to alleviate some of the financial burden that this disease causes, and hopefully spread a little hope along the way, too. We thank everyone for coming out tonight, helping us support this wonderful community. And now, before we begin the show, it's my privilege to introduce Project Hope's student leaders this year. They've organized this spectacular event here in front of you for every single aspect of it. We have Gianna Baruso, Lena Bonanno, Billy Savage, Lindsay Cornelius, Avery Bowman, and Lauren Oliver.
We'd like to thank you all for coming to our show tonight and taking the time to support a cause that is so important to each and every one of us.
We are so excited to show everyone what we have in store for the show. The night ahead will be nothing short of groovy.
It has been an honor to be able to work alongside such an amazing group of students who are incredibly talented and dedicated. The show would not be possible without all of their hard work.
We would also like to take this time to appreciate the staff support Project Hope received this year and every year. Tonight's show was only made possible through the outstanding efforts of Timberlane's faculty community.
It's also true that we would not have been able to do it without the hundreds of community members and local businesses who got involved to donate money or items to Project Hope. We cannot express our gratitude enough.
Thank you, and let the show begin.
We are very excited to be here tonight. We are going to have a very innovative showcase this evening because every single selection of clothing has been designed by the students. The students have delved into their own wardrobes through the decades of wardrobes to be able to walk down the runway this evening. Bess, are you ready to begin?
I think we're ready, Mr. Castano.
Our first showcase is going to be a walk through the decades. Sam, play that music. Walking first down the runway is a groovy 70s duo. Catch Anna walking in her patterned dress with puffy sleeves that really screams the 70s. Right behind her is Ella, rocking a dress that says peace, love, and sunflowers. Can you dig it, Bess?
Next, here comes Jordan and Faith, ready to turn back the time to the 70s and 80s. Loving the colorful jumpsuits and sequin dresses. Wow, it even has shoulder pads. So much swag in one duo.
Absolutely loving the sparkles, loving the color. The next group to groove on down the runway are rocking styles from the fabulous 50s and the disco floors of the 70s. Emily is showcasing off her good side in her pink poodle skirt, complete with all of the accessories. Abby struts down the runway in a gold dress and go-go boots that screams, "I'm ready to disco the night away." You in the front row, what's your favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song? Think on it.
Here comes Matt rocking a 90s-inspired patchwork denim jacket from The Gap and an Abercrombie & Fitch Britney Spears t-shirt with 90s-inspired tapered jeans from Hollister. Oops, he did it again.
Britney Spears, very interesting figure. Documentary just came out. We'll be airing that after this on the live stream. Is this Timberlane High School or Rydell High? Here comes Kayla McNeil and Kaylee Sheffield swinging down the runway in their red and blue 50s-inspired vintage dresses. These two are ready to meet up with their greasers and jive the night away. Let's rock and roll. Obviously, they'll do that right after my AP Lang assignments and public speaking assignment that's coming up this Thursday.
Oh, but everyone look! These fashion icons truly hit the decades theme spot on with their 60s outfits. Emily is rocking her yellow flare pants and classy white puffy sleeves, and Ari is turning heads with her light wash flare jeans that are paired with an elegant flower top. The power of this duo is unmatched. They might as well keep rocking to the New York Fashion Week.
Time to get out your Polaroid cameras and take a look at this 90s duo. The 411 is that Lauren's looking fly with plaid pants and a vintage band t-shirt, while Hannah is looking bomb in a black mom jeans with a flannel layered on a Harley Davidson shirt. Shout out to Maggie McCormick! Is this more intriguing than Ross and Rachel getting back together? I'll let you decide.
I hear Maggie actually wears that shirt unironically.
Oh, trends.
This trio is throwing back to the 70s. Callie, Kelsey, and Carrie all have on patterned bell-bottoms and white flowy shirts. These girls are looking groovy.
Absolutely. Thinking of getting some of those cow print design for the Milkmen next season. Whoa! Here comes Taylor and Ethan truly channeling their inner JT and Brittany tonight and rocking these denim on denim looks. I just can't stop the feeling that these two are killing it on the runway. I feel like I'm in Trolls, the animated picture.
And now we turn the clocks back to decades with the 50s, with Billy and Cole showing off their rebellious sides as greasers, sporting their jeans, white t-shirts, and iconic black leather jackets.
I had a black leather jacket once. I don't know where it went. Might have given it to the Goodwill. Can't pull off what Billy's pulling off. Very impressive. Love what the lacrosse team is looking like this season as well.
Yeah.
Is that Jackie and Donna from That 70s Show? Nope, just Gianna and Whitney in their casual 70s threads. Gianna is strutting a groovy flower blouse and a bomb pair of flared khakis, along with Whitney in some flared jeans and another floral top. This duo is ready to take on the disco. Let's give it up one more time for this showcase. Beth, which of these decades are you liking? The 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 00s?
Well, personally, I'm really liking the 50s.
50s? That's a good one. I'm liking the greaser look.
The sunglasses really pull it all together.
I always have trouble with sunglasses because I have prescription regular eyeballs, so I can't wear both at the same time. Very challenging. Thank you, Decade Showcase. As we said, some things look a little bit different this year, but some things are remaining the same, and that is a special guest speaker. And introducing our first special guest speaker is Billy Savage.
Hey, so this next special guest speaker is one very important to my heart. Easily the strongest woman I know, has been there for me through the thick and thin, and I love her with all my heart, and that's my mother, Kristen Savage.
Bear with me, please. I'm going to try to get through this without my glasses fogging up. Good afternoon, everyone. When my son came home and said, "Get a speech ready, you're going to be our guest speaker for Project Hope this year," I immediately thought, why me? I have never had cancer. What words could I have to offer? I thought back to all the Project Hope speeches I have heard, and I've always felt touched by each of them. Each has moved me and left me with a new understanding and perspective of how cancer impacts us all in different ways. So that is my goal tonight, to tell you my story and hopefully bring a new perspective to those listening. Before I get into my personal story, I will try and give you some insight to think about what it's like to hear a terminal cancer diagnosis. Think back to March 13th last year. We all remember that day. The day we found out that COVID was closing our schools. We all knew something wasn't quite right, but we did not realize the extent to which it would continue. Events got canceled. Plans you had could not happen. Suddenly, people that were most important to you in life, you could not see. Think of how cheated you feel because of all the things you missed. Now imagine if on March 13th, 2020, in addition to all of those changes, you were told that someone from your family would die as a result. On top of all the other emotions you have felt this past year, how would you have handled it all if, in addition to what you were already feeling, a member of your family was dying and you could do nothing to stop it? Think of how different the last year would have been and your future would seem. This is similar, but not quite, what a family experiences when they learn a loved one has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. Your entire life is suddenly out of your control, and you have to figure out how to live it and how to make the most of it given the new rules. All while watching a loved one suffer, knowing one day soon they will leave you. There are no words to describe what cancer does to a person or their family around them. The effect is immeasurable. You try and stay positive and make the most of every moment, but there is a dark cloud always looming. Some days you find the strength to dance in the rain. Other days, the storms come out of nowhere and knock you to your knees. I remember those storms all too well. The first dark cloud approached after my husband Steve went to a routine doctor's appointment in 2011. The phone rang, and it was Steve telling me the doctor found a bulge in his stomach by chance. He was being sent for scans and would be home late. He called again on his way home. His voice was shaky. He explained that the doctor would be calling us that night. They had found a softball-sized tumor on his kidney. Trying to be the optimist, and knowing he had just had major heart surgery the year before and conquered that, I went with my catchphrase, "No problem, we got this." When the phone rang for the final time that night, it was the doctor telling us the kidney had to come out as soon as possible. There was a chance, a good chance, it was cancer, but also a chance it was benign. Lots of people live with one kidney, I thought. Again, we got this. Surgery happened and the confirmation came it was cancer. But the tumor was intact, great news. However, there was still a chance the cancer had spread. With an island vacation approaching, the doctor told us to go away and have some fun. What we had to deal with could wait till we got home. It sounded like a plan. We still had plenty of hope, and why wouldn't we? Steve was a strong, athletic man, the police chief in town. He had been to war before. This was just another battle in life. We had 2 beautiful, healthy, active boys. Billy had just turned 8, and Michael was 4.5. We had plans and dreams, starting with a tropical paradise getaway. The plane landed, and the nightmare started. Steve could barely stand up straight. He was clearly in pain as we made our way through the airport, but we all put on a brave face for the kids. As soon as we got to the hotel, I was making plans to return to the U.S. Steve refused. I knew something was not right, so did he. But he felt he had put us through so much already, he begged me to just let him rest, and for me to take the kids and go do something fun. He believed things would be better if we all did as he asked. He was adamant that his health would not ruin our trip. The next day was worse. It was evident things were graver than he was admitting. I had 2 little faces wanting to go to the pool, but I knew I had to leave and get their father off the island and back to the States. Survival mode was kicking in, yet my head was spinning to find the right thing to do. I made one of the toughest decisions of my life that day. I agreed to stay on the island and put Steve on a plane by himself. Otherwise, he had refused to leave because he did not want the boys' vacation to be ruined. I arranged for transportation for him from Logan to Brigham. He was not off the plane more than an hour when I got the call. His intestines had ruptured. He was being rushed into emergency surgery and would remain sedated for days. Had he waited one more flight, he never would have made it back to Boston alive. We had won a battle, but it was clear we were now in a war with cancer. There was no doubt it had spread, we just did not know how much. When we arrived home, I was unexpectedly a single parent. Steve was in the hospital for over 3 months, his abdomen completely open, and he had a colostomy bag. Thank God for my parents and our close friends. Without them, we never would have gotten through what life was going to throw at us for the next 3 years. My dining room was transferred into a hospital room for Steve. The boys were not allowed in there. They could not play with him or sit on his lap. The big, strong man they knew was frail and weak. Steve was incapable of being a dad the way they wanted him to be and the way Steve wanted himself to be. I picked up double duty. It was fun being asked to do some of the dad stuff, but also exhausting and gross at times with 2 boys. I tried to do it all with a smile, but over my shoulder I could see the pain in Steve's eyes. Longing to be the one to roll on the floor with the kids, or to teach them how to properly wear a baseball glove, or simply give them a bear hug. None of these things he was capable of. In October that year, Steve's wounds were healed and reversed. He had been too weak for any treatment prior to that, so there had been no need to have answers about his cancer before. In the months to come, he went for multiple scans and tests of all kinds. It was hard to believe the universe could be any crueler to him than it had been, but that dark cloud appeared again and we got the news. The cancer had metastasized and spread. His lungs were covered in pinhead-sized tumors. There was no possibility of surgery. His only hope was experimental drugs and chemotherapy. His diagnosis, stage 4 renal cell carcinoma with a life expectancy of 6 months. We drove home from Dana-Farber that day with one thought and one thought only: the boys. Billy was in 3rd grade, Michael kindergarten. How do you tell kids that young that their world as they know it is crashing around them? How do you prepare them for their father dying? From that moment on, life was never the same. Hugs lasted a little longer, we laughed when we could, and stayed busy to keep our minds off the inevitable. The doctor's appointments were numerous. We made efforts to plan appointments in a manner that we could make a day with the kids. A couple hours of Faneuil Hall or the aquarium as a family. Steve would then leave, hop on the train, and head to the hospital for treatment. The boys and I would finish up the day doing something else and then pick him up for the ride home. We tried hard to savor the moments and make memories, but unfortunately they were not always good. It was difficult to make plans. When we did, they often got cast aside. Days that we thought we could just hang as a family were often interrupted by medical emergencies. A bloody nose for Steve could turn the day upside down. At the first sign of an issue, I had to alter whatever we were doing to stop and assure the boys things would be okay when I had no clue if they truly would be or not. Next was to find and update my parents and get them to come stay with the boys. Once they were all together, we would rush off to the hospital, not knowing when or if we would both be back. Steve's chemotherapy drugs were poison. They sat on a shelf in our home as a constant reminder. We were warned not to let the kids or I touch them in any way. Drugs that could be deadly to my children and me were the only thing giving Steve hope to prolong his life. How did that make any sense? The boys wanted to do things as normal, but life was anything but normal. Steve's energy level was low. He could not do the things he used to do with them. That was hard for the kids to understand, but harder for Steve emotionally. At home, he had to witness the boys and I living and knowing we would continue to live after he was gone. As a result, Steve chose to finish projects for the police department to leave his legacy behind as a chief. Regrettably, he focused on the wrong legacy because it was easier for him. There was no emotional attachment to work like there was at the house with his family. He went to work daily, and by the time he got home, he was exhausted without energy to be part of the family. I later learned from him that this was his way of pushing us away and making it easier for him to accept that he was dying. His rationale was that if he wasn't close to us and pushed us away, it wouldn't hurt him so much when the time came to say goodbye, and we wouldn't love him as much, so we would be able to accept his death and move on easier. This all made sense to him, but not to us. He resented the fact I would remain behind and be able to watch the boys grow up, and he was losing that opportunity to cancer. He was mad, angry, and hurt. His life was being taken when he had so much to live for. Much of what he was thinking was a result of chemo brain, a side battle of cancer that most people don't talk about. The poison he was putting into his body had effects on his mental state, intellectual fogs, mood swings, altered personality. It was a struggle to balance that with the boy's mental state as well. These are the mind games that cancer plays with its victims and those around them. The boys worried daily as they got off the bus if their dad would be alive when they got home. And I was petrified. Could I manage being a single parent? Would I be able to keep the kids mentally stable, safe, and in their home? How could we ever be happy knowing he was gone? The frustration and fear was there for all of us. Our hearts were breaking, but everyone tried to keep smiling. We had to make the most of the time we had left together. The 6 months we had been given turned into 2 years. There is no doubt we were blessed with the additional time, but at times it was a curse as well. The man we loved was already gone. Sometimes we got glimpses, but many days it was as if we were living with a stranger. You just never knew what you were coming home to. Then one day, while I was at a Timberlane graduation party in 2014, Steve pulled me aside and asked if we could leave. I saw the look in his eyes, and we left immediately, leaving the boys behind to have fun. On the way home, he told me he was ready for hospice. That evening, I drove him to where he would spend his final days. The drive was only to Haverhill, but the ride seemed to take hours. As we traveled, our life flashed before my eyes. It was total silence. There are no words to say in a situation like that. The gut-wrenching reality of the final destination is overpowering. I can't even begin to imagine what Steve was thinking during that drive. We never spoke about it. When we arrived, the staff thought we were there to visit someone. Steve walked in on his own accord, carrying his own bags. When we said he was there as a patient, they looked quizzically at us and asked if he was sure, and he answered affirmatively. During his first week in hospice, everyone but Steve questioned if he should be there or come home. For the first time in months, he seemed himself. He even looked healthier. The person we had been missing seemed to be found. This did not last long. By the end of his second week, Steve was heavily medicated, and he was deteriorating before our eyes. It was mind-boggling how quickly cancer stole his body from him in just days. Shortly after the third week, he lost his final battle. It was the summer between elementary and middle school for Billy. Michael had just finished first grade. Their dad was gone. Their life altered beyond anything we could have imagined. But we had to move forward. There was life ahead for us. And in the end, it was what their father wanted and asked us to do. We watched cancer destroy a man we loved, and we felt helpless through it all. We know how much that hurts. It has not been easy the past 7 years. There are ups and downs along the way. We got through it with the help of our family, friends, community, and a 5K called the Run of the Savages. This event was created to honor Steve and to teach Billy that even though cancer is horrible, when people come together for a cause, you can find something positive. This is why Project Hope is so important to us and so many others. What you all do as students, leaders, advisors, teachers, supporters, to bring this event to life and make Project Hope a success throughout the year, year after year, means so much to families like ours. We know we can't ever bring our loved ones back, but we know every smile you bring to a cancer patient or their family, whether it be by a direct donation to them, an event that shows them support and they are not alone, or a fashion show that takes their mind off their troubles, if only for a moment, every smile has a deeper meaning than you can ever understand. It is just one more positive and happy memory to hold on to, because after our loved ones are gone, all we have left are the memories. Thank you.
A thank you once again to the entire Savage family for sharing that vulnerable story with us tonight and adding to that theme of hope that we'll continue with right now in our next showcase, that is the Beach Walk. Sam, when you're ready.
Ouch, I've just been burned.
Have you?
Yeah, I think I've just been burned, and you know why?
No, Bess, tell me why.
Well, there's the sun is out, but also, oh wait! It's Emma and Ari bringing the summer heat. Emma's blocking the sun with her Gucci blue and white hat while looking fly in her magic blue sundress. And Ari's strutting her Dior sundress for a summer evening function. These ladies are ready to kill it at the beach. Oh me, oh my. You must be sweating because it just got so hot in here.
Sydney and Monica are strutting in their white jeans and Hawaiian tops, and that's right, the Cole Babson is ready to pick up some ladies at the luau in his pink shorts.
These Bahama Mamas hips don't lie. They better not forget to put on their sunblock. Ow, ow!
Do you know, Bess, that the pineapple is the universal sign of hospitality?
I don't think that's real.
It is, in fact, it is. Here comes Cole, Dylan, and Anthony looking ready to catch some rays in their khaki shorts and flashy Hawaiian shirts. Let's hope these boys don't get burned. What are you wearing these days, Bess? SPF 50, 60, staying inside?
I go for 75 just to be safe.
Please do not puncture that ball. We need that for the show that's happening later tonight at 7.
Aloha, it looks like it's time for the luau. Kendall, Cami, and Corinne are hula dancing down the runway in hula skirts and Hawaiian shirts. See you later. Get it?
I don't get it. What was it?
Oh, it's later.
See, they didn't actually take a selfie there. They were just like, it was miming. They were pantomiming the selfie for it was like an effect thing. But whoa, who are those cool girls behind those sunglasses? Oh, I know them. It's Kelsey and Allie with this duo's Hawaiian shirts in 6 shades. These girls are ready for a drive along the beach or a tropical vacation. One might even say they are looking sun-believable because it's like unbelievable, but it's the sun, but it's kind of weird because they're dawn, whatever. We're going to have a final look at this beach-themed showcase. Look at Cole, the Cole Babson. Floppy hats, flowers. Well,
Lays.
Do you know I bought a flamingo shirt the other day, but my wife doesn't want me to wear it?
Understandably.
I had to put my foot down. You like that one in the front? So you know what I say to myself, Bess?
Yeah, what?
I say, self, what do I need to wear when I want to wear things in one color? And I go, monochrome?
That's such a coincidence because our next group of people walking here on the runway are in our monochrome section. Here comes a stunning duo striding down the runway. Kaylee McNeil and Kaylee Sheffield are killing it in their gray and white monochrome outfits. Their business casual style with neutral tones is such a solid choice for tonight. Get it? It's like solid because they're wearing solid colors.
And that is the Kaylee Sheffield you can see every other Thursday at the school board meetings. Here comes Cole and Zach going for a comfier vibe with these gray sweatshirts and sweatpants. These boys are totally rocking the Groutfit look. Once again, here comes Cole and Zach looking for a comfier vibe. They were so comfy backstage they forgot to walk out with these gray sweatpants. And I'm saying to myself this best. I'm saying, when you get an outfit like this, you're doing a lot of stuff. You're hanging around the house, you're sitting down, you're eating potato chips, you're seeing what's on the DVR. Those are all the things.
But hey, look at Maddie and Avery. They're both wearing some blue jeans along with blue jackets. These girls must be loving denim because they are covered in it.
The denim jacket's classic. I was scouring to find my daughter Molly. She's 7 months old. She can't drive. She goes, Dad. She calls me Dad because I'm her father. I want a denim jacket. They don't make denim jackets for children until we found just one, Nerea 1. But whoa, put your space helmets on because these three girls are out of this world. Cole, Buzz Aldrin, because Delaney has on her shiny metallic joggers with a groovy shirt to match. Here comes Cameron, also wearing her metallic joggers with a matching metallic long sleeve, and Mackenzie with joggers and sick jacket to match. These girls are rocking their monochrome fits.
And finally in the monochrome category, here comes Abby and Faith rocking some new threads. We have Abby wearing this electric groove jumper and matching shoes, which are totally groovy. Faith is wearing a black and white floral set with a long skirt. Look how flowy it is. This is a great duo that we have here.
And you know what, Bess? They're all great duos, so I would love to see another showcase. But wait, a surprise! Whoa, what do we have here, ladies and gents? Oh wait, it's the Reed twins. It looks like Lucy is wearing a full matching lavender outfit and Elena beside her in a full light green outfit. If you look closely, you can see some swaggy custom shoes made by the one and only Molly Blackard. Looking good, Reed twins. I'm not even upset that this just came to us last minute. Now, we're gonna see this whole showcase one final time. Let's give it up for the Monochrome Showcase. Bess, what are you liking in this outfit?
Well, I'm really a fan of the jean jacket. Seems to be a theme that's going on here. We saw it in the 90s.
I was born in the 90s. 1990. I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to space. Well, we've had some interesting things here, Bess. We've had some showcases.
Yes.
We've had a speech. And now we're going to have a song. Who do we have coming up next?
Next, we have Taylor April singing a song for us.
Let's give it up for Taylor.
I lie awake, looking back. God knows this life goes fast. Each day harder than the last. I break in dark, I trouble in. The world seems bright, but then it just gets dimmer. What am I waiting for this time? So I lie there and dream. Here's to the hopeless, the almost forgotten. I want you to know I feel your pain. Here's to the lonely, the heartbroken, for those who get lost. no one sees. We all just try to make believe that it's all better than it seems. Black and white, we color in. We see the world the way we wanna see it. We either take it or we leave it. Is it all just a dream? Here's to the lonely, the broken-hearted. I want you to know I feel your pain. Here's to the hopeless and the forgotten, for those who get lost along the way. I see you. I see you. When you're alone and you can't go back home, at the end of the day, I'll remember your face. Here's to the hopeless, the almost forgotten, for those who get lost along the way. I see you. I see you. I see you.
A wonderful job by Taylor April. We might even have another song coming a bit later. But for right now, we have another showcase featuring some athletic wear. Sam, when you're ready, we're ready.
Here comes Olivia striding down the runway in her camo leggings, black tank top with a gray zip-up hoodie. Is she on her way to Planet Fitness or Timberlane High School? Who knows?
I never used my Planet Fitness membership when I had it. Not once. Here comes Morgan and Delaney strolling down the runway in their stylish, colorful leggings and sleek black zip-ups. They are ready to run a marathon. They're stretching, very important to stretch beforehand. That's what Mr. Horgan tells me at least. They're posing, muscles, a pose down, a pose off. They're spent. They're so tired now. I hope they can recover from that.
Now comes Delaney and Mackenzie strolling down the runway in their super athletic fits. Mackenzie with coral leggings and a matching cropped long sleeve, and Delaney with her camo leggings and black zip-up. Look at this great duo ready to work out.
They're doing vertical push-ups. Never even seen that before. This is what happens when I teach English and I miss out on all the phys ed classes. Next up, here comes Megan and Angelina strutting their athletic looks. Megan is wearing light purple leggings with a black zip-up, and Angelina is wearing white camo 90-degree leggings with a black dry-fit Under Armour shirt. These groovy girls look like they are ready to run down the runway. Brisk walk, more of a brisk walk.
And now, another day, another dollar with the PGA Tour for these women. They haven't been able to whip out their golf skirts yet, so today they are repping some Lululemon threads. Each girl is flexing a different pair of leggings, matching their zip-up jackets. Thanks to that PGA WAP, these fits aren't hitting the bank accounts that hard. Is that Tiger Woods or Happy Gilmore?
I do believe there is some sort of event on today, the Bachelors of Golf, something of that nature.
I would not know.
That is on if you want to watch it. Holy swoly! Check out Lindsay, Lena, and Caitlin. Lindsay's rocking a purple tie-dye tank with some cute black leggings. Lena's styling in a black tank and red leggings. And Caitlin is working some blue leggings and a cute gray jacket. They look like they're ready to hit the gym. Yep.
Is that Sue Bird and Diana Tarsi? not. It's just Hannah and Elida ready to ball up. They're looking like they're about to break some ankles and drop some dimes. I wouldn't want to mess with these two in the court. With that sweatband and tearaway combo, they might as well be Sue and DT.
Those pants looked oddly familiar. Check out Emily, Carrie, and Taylor in their stylish workout outfits. Both Emily and Carrie rock green leggings and a white top, while Taylor shuts down the runway in her purple and gray leggings. These girls look ready to run a marathon.
That was a quick change for Taylor.
Quick change.
In closing out the showcase today for the athletics section is the future TRHS Owl, Marley Pretty, rocking her athletic gear. This cool chick is on pace to win most athletic in the class of 2032. Let me get a woo woo.
Let's make this kid's day. Marley, 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 Marley. Let's give it up one more time for this athletic showcase. The gray attire. The athleisure wear. When did the athleisure wear come around?
If you were
That
going
wasn't rhetorical. I'm asking a genuine question.
I have no idea. I think it was most recently, but I think these people are bringing it back.
We got the golf clubs. Do you know why I wear 2 pairs of pants golfing? Just in case a pair rips. You always need to have a pair in case one rips, a backup pair. See what I did there? It was a misdirect. We're going to pause for a moment. I would like to give a shout out to my favorite grandmother, your grandmother, Mammy. And Mammy just sent me a text. We're close. And Mammy said, even though this show is free on live stream, she is donating $5.
Mammy's very generous, and all of you can also donate $5 through the link that we have.
But now, we have, oh, this is special. These are our senior leaders doing a season's showcase. Oh my groovy. Lindsay's wearing a cute floral top with a denim skirt, and Gianna's wearing a cute pink floral romper with what? No, there's no floppy hat there. These looks came just in time for spring. I was promised there was gonna be a floppy hat. I was lied to.
And look what we got here. It seems like Lauren and Lena can't wait for the summer and the heat wearing their lovely outfits. Lauren is wearing a blue striped sundress, and Lena is wearing a black tee with some denim blue shorts. These girls are ready for a day out in the summer sun.
Summer's a great time of the year. Go to the beach, play in the sand. But you could also fall in love with your favorite advisors in their autumn outfits. My personal favorite season. Miss Bird is wearing jeans, not jeans, a jean and plaid blazer with a fun felt hat and a real switch up from her typical athleisure wear. Don't mess with Miss Trainer in her flannel shacket, combat boots, and beanie. They are as basic as they come with their trendy fall Instagram-worthy fits. Somebody get them a pumpkin spice latte. Cheap plug, Starbucks.
Brr.
Are you cold?
I'm very cold. You know why? Because this New England weather cannot make up its mind whether it's winter or spring. But it looks like Avery and Billy did with their puffy jackets and goggles.
I'm gonna be honest, anyone who likes winter, anyone who likes skiing, snowboarding, going outside when it's cold, never understood it. I like staying inside. I like hot chocolate. But hey, if it works for them, let's take a look at these season showcase. I'm gonna be honest, a little disappointed. I was looking forward to the floppy hat. They are taking a moment here, photo op. Let's give it up one more time for these leaders, the leaders of this year's Project Hope. Before we head to intermission, we have one final special treat.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us what it is, as you are very familiar with this realm?
Well, now we have a performance from our dance team that is not going to be live today, but we do have a video recording of them for this event.
If you could, direct your attention. I hope that's where it's playing from.
Because of the devil that is inside. We have to fix what is broken. Moving too slow, we're running out of time.
Let's give it up for, once again, the varsity dance team. The one and only varsity dance team.
Ladies and gentlemen, intermission will end in 5 minutes.
We had a wonderful speech during the first act. We have a second speech right now from a student perspective speech with their experiences. Please give a round of applause to Elida Bates.
Hi, my name is Elida Bates, and I'm a junior here at Timberlane Regional High School. First, I want to thank you all for attending our Project Hope fashion show. It means a lot to the families that are impacted by cancer. Tonight, I'm here to speak to you all on behalf of my wonderful mother, Jane. So, cancer is a dreadful word that nobody likes to hear, a word that many of us have been deeply touched by. On October 8th, 2014, my life changed forever. I was 11, my brother Tyler 13, and my little sister Danielle 5. I remember lining up at the starting line of my first cross-country race and not seeing my mom, who I knew was supposed to be there. After I finished my race, one of my parents' closest friends said she was going to take me home. As we pulled into the driveway, both my mom and dad were home. He was supposed to be away that whole week. So at that moment, I knew that something was wrong. Your mom has cancer. Your mom has cancer. Your mom has cancer. These words kept replaying in my mind, hitting me harder every time I thought about it. The months that followed were even harder, with numerous doctor's appointments, chemo, radiation, and several unplanned surgeries. Whether it was seeing my mom in pain from chemo and radiation, watching my dad who was exhausted, worrying about my mom and us 3 kids, or watching my siblings stress about the situation, I wanted to find a way to help. But how could I help, or am I even capable of being able to help? Those are questions that many of us ask yourself, is am I even able to help? I was able to help by doing small acts of kindness, such as buying flowers, making dinner, or just tidying up around the house. The small acts go the furthest. From family to friends to strangers in our community stepping in, the outpouring of support we received was incredible. One of our close friends organized a meal system for our family so we wouldn't be eating my dad's burgers that he burnt on the grill that were charred the hockey pucks. Most of all, our community of family and friends kept us busy to distract us from what was really going on. As my mom says, keep your head held high and a positive attitude throughout. If you go through something difficult, you can say, if mom got through with a positive attitude, I can get through it. Even through her toughest battles, my mom was able to put the well-being of others over her own. Being in 5th grade at the time, I could not fully comprehend what was going on. I was able to push the emotions aside and distract myself. All I knew was that my mom was very ill. After months of chemotherapy and radiation, the doctors told me, or her, she was cancer-free, or so we thought. 6 years, 1 month, and 8 days later, she was once again diagnosed with the same aggressive form of breast cancer. This time, it was November 16th, 2020, my junior year. My first thought was, why is this happening again? My mom was very healthy and took eating healthy and working out very seriously. My emotions were all over the place. Had it spread? What was going to happen? Was it anywhere else in her body? The human reaction is usually just to assume the worst. So that's kind of what we did. I was much older than the first time, so I understood more about what she was going through. After many tests and scans, we found out it was contained, and the next step was a double mastectomy. Seeing her after the surgery will always remain with me. I've never seen her in so much pain. One thing that will always stick with me was when I asked her if she needed anything, her response through her tear-filled eyes was, for the pain to stop. That was the point where the severity of the situation hit me. Seeing my mom in so much pain is not exactly settling. I wanted to help in every way possible. One of the more important things I was able to do was help with the grocery shopping. So a list that would have taken her half an hour probably took me about an hour and a half. And finding the tea bags was a struggle. I walked past the aisle probably 10 times before finding them. So in case any of you shop at Hannaford's, I think it's down aisle 5, but I'm not sure. Fast forward to December 23rd. My mom was admitted to the emergency room. She was very ill and could not keep in any fluids or food. We were told she would have to stay overnight, which now led us to Christmas Eve. All 3 of us kids were feeling tons of emotion that day. What if this is our first Christmas Eve without Mom? We thought to ourselves. My brother being 18 and me being 17 tried everything possible to keep our younger sister emotionally contained and in a positive mindset while our mom was in the ER. No 11-year-old should have to spend Christmas Eve without her mom. All three of us pitched in and cooked the Christmas dinner that my mom makes us every year. Later that day, my dad came back from the hospital and we tried to carry on our Christmas Eve traditions like years prior. However, once cancer has invaded the life of someone you love, it can never truly be the same. As the day went on, we received word that my mom would have to stay overnight in the hospital. Hearing this news was not exactly easy, but my brother and I had to put our thoughts and emotions aside to help distract our sister. Fortunately, she was able to come home later in the afternoon on Christmas Day, so we were still able to have a Christmas, but it was different from years prior. As a family, we know we have a couple more hurdles to get through, but every day we are closer to her finishing treatment. As we go through our daily lives, the one important thing my family learned is to never take things for granted, to enjoy the small things and live in the moment. I want to thank everyone who has supported our organization, Project Hope, with their donations and overwhelming support. These donations will go a long way for families who are impacted by cancer, and your donations will help to alleviate some stress that families are experiencing. Thank you.
Thank you to Elida for sharing that very vulnerable story. We have another showcase, though, right now, which is going to be formal wear. Perhaps a little preview, a prom preview. I believe you're going to prom, yes, Bess?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Well, let's see what we have here. Sam, play that music.
Starting off the formal walk strong, we have Ari and Allie. Ari's looking fierce in her hot pink dress, and Allie's killing it in her navy blue dress. With those cute colors, this duo looks ready to spring into prom.
Prom is a spring event. What's the date on that, Beth? Cheap plug?
I could not tell you if I wanted to.
That'll be posted on the school website. Everyone bow down, the queens are here, and no, I'm not talking about Freddie. It's Emma, Callie, and Lauren. These girls are going for the royal blue theme with Emma and Lauren strutting their stuffing gowns fit for a royal ball. Callie is pulling it all together with her blue floral dress, ready to kill it at the royal garden party. These girls are making Meghan Markle run for the hills.
And oh my gosh, are they really here right now? Is that who I think it is?
Yes,
oh
yes!
It's Morgan Lewis and Delaney Miller owning the stage and strutting their emerald green gowns. Catch them at prom this year ready to show off these moves on that football field.
Because they'll be dancing, or are they playing football in this attire? What do you call that, Bess? You dance?
I think it's called just a little worm, a little wave.
The worm wave, the emerald green worm wave.
Delaney Miller is actually the captain of the varsity dance team.
Varsity dance team! Here comes Matt and Caitlin tearing up the runway in a Ralph Lauren sports coat and a sparkly maroon gown. Let's hope these sophomores don't crash prom. Seriously though, please don't crash prom. It's a socially distant event this year. Only people with invites should be going, specifically the senior class. But in 2 years, potentially, you have the opportunity to attend.
And now we have Avery and Maddie both strutting in fabulous dresses. Maddie has on a blue off-the-shoulder dress while Avery is wearing a light pink dress. Simple, but stunning.
And that's the key. That's the key. You have to do something simple. You have to do something stunning, but simplicity is key. You want to be comfortable in the outfit that you're wearing for the course of the evening.
Has to be a timeless look.
Exactly. Here comes Emily rocking her royal blue prom dress from last year. She is ready to dance the night away. It reminds me of My Fair Lady. Familiar? Kind of like a underprivileged girl has the opportunity to, you know musicals.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes a rocking trio. That's you! Tell us about it.
Well, here we have Megan, Luce, and Elena. Lucy is wearing a magnificent maroon dress with some glitter and high heels. Beside Lucy is Megan wearing a snazzy and sparkly blue dress. But last but not least is Elena in an elegant dark maroon dress. Wow, look at these girls strut down the runway.
The maroon, the Timberlane colors, very inspirational. Here comes the dynamic duo. The Russo siblings are strutting all they got. Gianna is wearing a sleek turquoise dress, looking absolutely fabulous. Anthony is decked out in a spring ensemble of various blues to complement Gianna's stunning dress. It's hard to tell which sibling got the better genes in the family. Loud applause from over here. Don't know if it is a family member. Yes, yes. Sister and brother clapping from over here. Wonderful.
And whoa, these girls are totally owning their looks. Lauren is wearing a stunning navy blue sequins dress with Lindsay, who is rocking a beautiful red dress with a jeweled collar. And what is that I see? Converse to tie up the look? Wow, these girls sure know how to clean up for prom.
What's your thoughts on that, Bess? The Converse shoe, mixing the formal wear, the casual wear.
Like you said, gotta keep it comfortable.
Gotta keep it comfy. But Hollywood has arrived at Timberlane. From the East Coast to the West Coast, here are Kendall and Billy. Kendall is on fire in her beautiful red dress, and Mr. Savage is looking as clean and classy as ever. What a movie star duo. So this is like I was saying before, it's kind of like My Fair Lady. You have the idea, I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night.
And wait, what do we have here? Twins?
No, they're not twins.
No, just these show-stopping blondes, Whitney and Taylor rocking some beautiful prom dresses. We have Whitney making us do a double take in a gorgeous red dress, along with Taylor tearing up the runway in a sparkly black gown. Just wait till you see these ladies at prom.
And they are allowed to go to prom because they are seniors. That's right, they are seniors of the class. Here comes Elida and Matt working the runway. Elida in her coralish pink dress and Matt in a black suit with a black tie. Elida, the master of the quick change. Master of the quick change, just gave an amazing speech. Already in the outfit, ready to go. This other individual, who though would like to attend prom, cannot attend because once again, this is a senior-only event unless you've been invited by someone else. Can't stress that enough for social distancing protocols.
And let me just say, sheesh. Look at this duo. Here comes Taylor and Ethan bringing the heat once again. Taylor's keeping it vibrant in this bright pink gown. And look at this handsome young gentleman keeping it classy and navy. Looking good, you two.
That was a fun talk tick gimmick. I want to do that again. Sheesh. Hey, look at these best friends strutting down the runway. Lena is rocking a flowy sea green dress with Angelina is modeling a silky coral dress loaned to her by the wonderful Miss Massioli. And this is actually pretty special. This is a tribute to her late father. Very special choice of clothing here. And in case you missed it, let's take a look one more time at this prom showcase. This is important, Bess. Tell me what you're seeing. Tell me what you're liking. Tell me what you think you're going to be wearing to prom.
I really like the theme of the dark blues that we have going on here.
Are you still dating that Warren fellow?
Uh-huh.
Is he going to be attending this event with you?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Has he officially asked you?
No.
Is promposal still a thing in the day and age?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a huge thing.
So if he doesn't ask,
then I'm not going to prom.
Does he have to get John Hughes' approval?
Who knows?
What about Mammy's approval? I would say you definitely have to get Mammy's approval. Big shout out. Look at Billy. Billy's looking great. Billy, like Hollywood, I feel I'm in the midst of celebrities here. And this underclassman, he's gonna try to sneak in. I'm keeping my eye on you. All right, this is exciting. We've had so many things here, but this next one's gonna be pretty special. I told you earlier, we've had to be creative this year. We've had to be innovative. Tell me about this next innovative thing we have, Bess.
Well, now, if we heard Taylor sing before, now we have another song. This one is by Whitney Smith, and it's actually an original song that she wrote.
Let's give it up for Whitney.
giants holding back your tears. Lifting up a boulder, the world can't see your shoulders caving in. Rest, oh rest. You moved a mountain, and now watch the mountains move you. Rest, oh rest. I know your hands are shaking, the devil's trying to find a way in, but you can rest and know, 'cause you've been told that the world is fighting for you, and I'll be riding with you so you can rest. Going through the motions of 1,000 oceans, overflowing, and you don't know how much longer you'll keep floating. Lift your eyes above to the one who saved you, and you can break through. You're not alone, but God alone will love and shape you. Rest, oh rest. You moved a mountain, now watch the mountains move you. Rest, oh rest. I know your hands are shaking, the devil's trying to find a way in, but you can rest and know, 'cause you've been told that the world is fighting for you, and I'll be riding with you so you can rest. Whatever your struggle may be, we've all felt lost alone, said I'm done fighting, but don't give up or lose your hope. You have so much more to go, and you can rest if that's all you know. Rest, oh rest. You moved a mountain, and now the mountains will move you. Rest, oh rest. I know your hands are shaking, the devil's trying to find a way in, but you can rest and know, 'cause you've been told that the world is fighting for you, and God is riding with you so you can rest.
Let's give it up for Whitney and her original song. Whitney, do you have Spotify account? Is that coming to Spotify? Hopefully soon. Spotify, check it out soon. Have we thought of a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire yet? All of them, the entire discography. Well, we have had a lot of fun tonight, Bess. We've had some time to have some awesome songs. We've had some emotional moments, some vulnerability. We've had some laughs. But every year, this is kind of the reason we've gathered. This is the reason we've gotten together. So this year, we have two special tributes. The first is going to be a visual tribute for those who cannot be in attendance for the Survivor, Fighter, and Memorial Walk. So if we could give our reverence and attention to the screen for those who could not be in attendance for this video. We are going to continue this tribute with people who are here in person for the Cancer Fighter Survivor Memorial Walk. Olivia Murphy and Rachel Marinu are walking for Olivia's grandfather and Rachel's husband. He died June of 2011 from a glioblastoma brain tumor. He lost his battle after 4 months. He was married to Rachel for 40 years. We miss his smile and his cooking every day.
Kelsey Riley is walking with her father, Dan Riley, who is a survivor of stage 3 colon cancer.
Megan Adams and her mom are walking for her uncle Kevin, who lost his battle from brain cancer in 2014. We know he is looking down on them every day.
Abby Bone and Christine Bone are walking in honor of Christine's father, Tolbert Stevens, who lost his battle with lung cancer. They want to let him know that wherever he is, they love him dearly.
Emily Bone is walking with Kim Lind, who is a strong survivor of breast cancer. All of her family friends are so inspired by her courage and strength.
Elida is walking with her mother, Jane, who is a 2-time breast cancer survivor. Jane was officially told that she was free of cancer in 2021, but still continuing to recover from her final surgery.
Kaylee, Frankie, and Erica Sheffield are walking in memory of their grandmother, Roberta, who passed away in 2019.
Amanda and Gianna Russo are walking to honor Amanda's 14 years cancer-free.
Christine and Anthony Russo are walking to honor Christine's 15 years cancer-free.
The Savage Boys are walking with their mother, Kristen, in memory of their late father, Stephen Savage.
Let us give it up one more time for the reason we are all here this evening, for those in the Survivor Walk, Fighter and Memorial Walk. right, as we come to a close here, we would be remiss if we did not hear from the people responsible for putting this together. So I introduce to you right now the advisors, the amazing advisors, the people who could have easily said this year, we're not going to do a Project Hope event. It's too much work. It's too much effort. Never did they once say that. They said, how are we going to keep this tradition alive and make it the best event possible? So give it up for these two amazing advisors, Ms. Trainer, Ms. Bird, and the Project Hope leaders.
Thank you all so much for coming out. And genuinely thank you to every kind heart who donated their time, money, and efforts into making a tremendous positive impact on our community. I want to especially thank the Timberlane staff who helped us beyond measure. Dean Zanello, Steve Rugaletti, Ken Henderson, SoRock, the Timberlane facilities crew, Steve and Gary Paradis, Erica Law, Nicole Jones, Alex Horgan, Wendy Spence, and just so many others that literally just come together for this community that have helped us out so much. This event could not have happened without you, and we really, really appreciate it. As a reminder, also, to those of you who are in person and at home, the raffle baskets, they are still live. They are going to be online until tomorrow. They're available for bidding. We're going to extend it through tomorrow night, and we are going to pick the winners on Tuesday. So keep bidding on those raffle baskets. There's some good stuff out there. And we'll be announcing over multiple avenues, including the Facebook page and the district website, who won. So keep on bidding.
At this time, I ask you to please join me in a huge round of applause for the 6 outstanding student leaders that we have this year. These students exhibited a selflessness that is truly admirable. I'm so impressed by their work ethic, passion, dedication, drive in all of their endeavors, not just Project Hope. These are truly outstanding kids. I would spend my free time with them anytime. So thanks, you guys. You're pretty cool. They're truly phenomenal people. We're so honored to work with them. I'd like to turn the microphone over to them as they prepare to pass the torch to next year's leaders, a group of students who will aid Lindsay in raising hope and awareness in the future.
We cannot thank everyone who came out to support us enough. This organization means a lot more to us than people can understand. The fashion show is the fun part, but raising money and awareness to a cause so dear to our heart is the real reason we're on stage today.
Coming into this year, we all knew that as leaders, we must put in hours upon hours to make this show a success. The entire Project Hope organization came together to make this show the best one yet. Seeing what a group of students and staff can accomplish is truly amazing and is something each and every one of us should be very proud of.
The fashion show is the biggest event that we put on, and lots goes into making the show the best it can be. We want to thank everyone who donated their time, generous monetary and physical donations, and most of all, the support that we are given during this process. Not only would we like to give a big thank you to all Project Hope members who tirelessly helped set up, but also to Mr. Castano and Bess Hughes for being our amazing MCs for the night. In addition, we'd like to thank all the exceptionally talented students of Timberlane who performed tonight and truly livened the show.
I want to commend my mom for having the strength and courage and to aid the fight against this horrible disease. We cannot thank her enough for her bravery and share her story. And thank you for sharing her story with all of us tonight. I think it is safe to say that your story has inspired us all and reminding us that we're stronger together.
Lastly, we want to give the biggest thank you to Ms. Bird and Ms. Trainer. Even though this is a student-led organization, we would never be able to put this show on without their help. They put in so much time, effort, and dedication into this organization and cause. After taking on the advisory position, this organization has grown to more than we ever could imagine. To show our appreciation, we decided to get them a gift. Again, thank you very much.
I would also like to say a special thank you to Elida Bates for sharing her story. I first heard it as her teacher in public speaking this year, and I am so grateful that she had the courage to come out here and share it with the rest of you today. So thank you, Elida. And as our Project Hope younger crew is anticipating this moment, this is not a normal year, and I'm deciding that it's not going to be, we're going to change it up a little, not be normal again next year. So I am unbelievably honored to announce the 8 deserving student leaders for the 2021-22 school year. And next year, the leaders coming in to help Lindsay will be Taylor Dion, Kendall Morrill, Lucy and Elena Reed, Cole Newman, not with us here today, but put in a great amount of effort, Lauren Hayes, and lastly, Zach Diamond. Thank you all so much for your hard work. We could not have done it without you.
This is an always interesting moment. I kind of did this last year as people thought it was interesting that I would sit crisscross applesauce on the stage, but I kind of do this because this is kind of like breaking down this barrier of the podium for my stage persona to my actual persona. So I want to once again thank everyone, specifically Bess. Every year I get to hand select the person that I get to work with. There is no one in this building that I would have wanted to work with more than Bess Hughes. She is incredibly talented. This is an incredibly challenging thing for anyone to do. And so Bess, thank you for the opportunity for working with you tonight. It's always a scary moment, but Project Hope, for some reason, trusts me to have no script to say some final words, and I've had the privilege to host this event 4 times over the last 4 years. So I've seen some of these students from freshmen to now seniors, and I want to leave you with this thought. First, I'll say this every year. I deserve no credit for getting these final words. I'm not saying this as a joke. I do nothing for this event. I show up at 2 o'clock. Bess and I make jokes while we read the script. I go home, and that's it. But I do take this very seriously that I get to have the final say and final word. So I'll leave you with this. If you're unfamiliar, there is a book, a play actually, called The Crucible. And if you don't know what it's about, it's with the Salem witch trials. And a crucible, I'm sure some people spark noted it once. When we read this book, we learn that a crucible is a symbol for a device, a ceramic or metal device that takes elements, and the elements come out different than when they went in. In 2020/2021, these last 13 months and onward have been our crucible that we're living through. And so we all keep saying, I want to go back to what it was. But I challenge you with this. I don't think we do, because of the fact that we have been changed by this experience. And Project Hope is a very real showing of that. And I look at the dualism of how this changes us, from stories about despair and how they give us that hope, how we use catharsis out of tragedy, how we take something that is really, really life-changing in a horrible way, and it breaks us to our absolute breaking point, and it makes us the strongest we have ever been. So I challenge you to take your struggles with cancer, your struggles with the pandemic. Do not ask to go back to the way things were. As much as we want them to, I guarantee you, you will be stronger and more hopeful than when you entered that crucible. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We will see you next year for Project Hope.